Live from WPRI 12, this is The Rhode Show, the place for what's hot and happening. You're having fun, eating well, and living life on The Rhode Show.
Good morning and welcome to The Rhode Show. It is Friday, March 23rd, 2012, and I'm Will Gilbert.
Good morning, I'm Michaela Johnson.
And I'm Mary Larson.
It's Friday.
Yes, it is.
The end of a beautiful week.
It was a great week. I mean, yesterday was it was summer, early. So I don't want everybody to get spoiled, but it was a perfect day.
Again today.
Again today is going to be another nice day. I actually have a big weekend this weekend.
Ooh, do tell.
Tomorrow night I will be father-daughter dancing.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, and I will have my two dates. Sophia and Elizabeth will be going to the father-daughter dance with me last night. Yes.
I was doing the math. I think my father, because of the way that our ages were, someone left, but then someone went right back into school. I think it was like 15, 16 years in a row.
He needs to get an award for that. That's an award.
Way to go.
Wow, that is a long...
Start
that's a long stretch. That's a long stretch. God bless him for that. All right, let's get right into it. Whitney Houston's official cause of death, it was all over yesterday, has now been released. Los Angeles coroners have ruled the Grammy Award-winning singer accidentally drowned, but found that the heart disease and cocaine use also contributed to her death. Houston was found dead in the bathtub of a Beverly Hills hotel last month. Sad news.
So sad. Very sad, but it's nice to finally have some closure, especially for the family.
For the family, yeah.
Just to know, I mean, when you hear about any celebrity passing away, you want to know why.
Why? Yeah. Everybody's curious, everybody wants to know, so there it is. That's the real reason. All
right, on to a more happier note. You are hearing it here first. Waterfire Providence has announced another full lighting for the upcoming season. In conjunction with the Girl Scouts of America, Waterfire will hold a full lighting on Saturday, September 29th. Mark your calendars now. The lighting will include a 100-person torch ceremony to help celebrate the Girl Scouts' 100th anniversary. More events will be revealed, of course, closer to the date.
It's always a great event, always fun, night out for everybody,
And especially in September. That way it's not too hot, and a lot of the tourists are gone, so we really get to kind of have it to ourselves.
You know what else is nice? You get that fall feeling around September in the air. You can smell the wood burning and everything.
The kettle corn.
The kettle corn, yes, the kettle corn. It always gets you in the that fall spirit.
And you'll wear a jacket.
Yes, and you will wear a jacket. Maybe a light one, but you'll wear a jacket. Okay, summer news. The fleet is growing for the Ocean State's Tall Ships Festival, coming to Newport this summer. 11 ships are now confirmed to attend the festival. This includes an entrepreneurship of the famous ship, the Lynx. The festival is expected to bring an estimated 200,000 visitors to Newport and pump $20 million into the local economy. The Ocean State Tall Ships Festival runs from July 6th to the 9th. Tickets will be available online this week. We are sponsors of the event and will be bringing you all of the excitement this summer. Another great event for the state of Rhode Island. You have, X Factor coming. This is on the way. Basketball.
All the water fires.
Water fires.
Everything. I think
all
this
good things.
Is so great. We have even had those lottery winners. If we can have some economic help at this point in time, who doesn't love that?
With all these people coming to the state, we're all going to have to be a little closer.
I know.
We don't have much room here in Rhode Island. We're going to be switched.
Work on your shuffles.
We're going to be a lot closer, a lot of togetherness. All right, it is Friday. We're very happy about that. We have a packed show. Let's see what's coming up on the Rhode Show this morning.
I don't believe in you and
An emotional night for Rhode Island singer and American Idol finalist Erica Van Pelt. She'll be joining us live from Hollywood. Hear more about her journey and what's next for her.
Plus, I'm lacing up my skates to see if I have what it takes to become a Providence Bruin.
Check out what happens when I head to the dunk to hit the ice with the baby bees.
And get ready, Rhode Island. The Cupcake Challenge is coming as local chefs prepare to go head-to-head with their sweet treats. We're in the kitchen baking with Cupcake Awards winner Casey Schiller.
Then gas prices are going up, but don't let that bring you down. We're saving you money with some ways to cut your fuel costs.
A tough night last night on American Idol. Local singer Erica Van Pelt was once again in the bottom three along with DeAndre and Hey June. Take a look.
Right now, I'm going to send one of you to safety. That person who continues on in the competition is DeAndre. You are safe. Congratulations. So, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 159 160 It's down to Erica and Hee-Jun. The person who is in danger of leaving the competition tonight is Erica. Hee-Jun, you are safe. Take a seat, Hee-Jun. Let's hear it for Erica, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe I'm a fool to feel the way I do, but I would play the fool forever just to be with you forever. Oh, I believe in miracles, and love's a miracle, and baby, you're my dream come true. I was lost, and I'm free, because I do believe in you and me. I was lost, and now I'm free, 'cause I believe in you and me. Oh, yeah.
Will you use your one save of the season on Erica? Judges?
Unfortunately, Ryan, no. Sorry.
That was a tough watching that last night.
I
So
think
tough.
She totally got robbed.
She did get robbed.
She should have at least made it a few more rounds. I think those two guys were deserving of being in the bottom three, and
Yeah.
they should have left definitely
Okay.
before Erica did.
Now the moment we all hate each week. Are we ready?
Particularly this week.
Particularly this week.
Here's our idol board.
We have to say goodbye to Erica.
All right. So there, right next to you.
Right
there we
here?
go. Oh wait, but we don't want to
no, we're
give
not
an
gonna
X. We have created a special sticker for her. We're gonna
Someone
give her
has
the
been
old,
doing. Someone's been doing arts and
Give
crafts
her a
around
nice
here
little
today.
heart.
Someone has been
around
doing
Erica.
lots of arts and crafts around here today.
It's
That's-
very sad.
yeah,
to
it's
see
sad
her
that
go.
she went to get.
We
Yeah.
didn't want to put the X on her.
So what did you guys think last night? I mean, were you surprised that she was the one to get booted off last night?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally was. I wasn't surprised that she was bottom three just because she has been bottom three all these past weeks. I mean, they even had to use a wild card to keep her in
Yeah.
the competition to begin with. That being said, maybe that's why she wasn't given the save. Maybe they thought, she'd be on the chopping block every single week. I have to say, though, when she's saying that time, I got goosebumps.
She really did.
I wanted to cry with
Yeah.
her, and I thought, God, had you only sang it that way,
Yeah. Okay, more American Idol to watch this morning. Rhode Islanders are so proud of South Kingstown native Erica Van Pelt and her journey to the top 10 American Idol. We've watched her since the very beginning with her fantastic auditions in Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, Erica's time on the show came to an end last night, but Erica joins us live this morning. Erica, we are so happy to have you once again on the Rhode Show. Good morning.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good. I'd say it's great to see you, and it is good to see you, but we're sad to see you at this point. Were you surprised that you were in the bottom 2, 3?
You know what? Not surprised that I was in the bottom. I'm surprised that I got eliminated. Yes. It's been tough. It's been a struggle for me. I have been in the bottom. 4 consecutive weeks, I think. Obviously got the wild card save a few weeks ago. It's just been a struggle for me, I think, to get the voters, behind me. I feel like when you start this journey, if you don't gain momentum right away and come out of the gate, with fire in your eyes, sometimes it takes a little while for people to to get behind you, and I just didn't have that kind of time, unfortunately. So.
All right, well, your new look has drawn a lot of attention. You look amazing. You sounded amazing last night. Are you glad you made the change?
I'm super glad. Yeah, you know what? Tommy Hilfiger had a great suggestion, and I had been thinking actually about changing my hair for a little bit. So the going dark thing was my idea, but I figured, you know, if I was going to go for it, I was just going to go for it all the way. So
I can tell you, you look a lot different than last time I saw you when you were sitting next to me on the couch here.
Yeah. And I look a lot different to myself.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be weird looking in the mirror and seeing, you know, this new person.
A little bit.
All right, and people
I
have
like
been very surprised that you were eliminated. Your vocal ability is clearly stronger than many others who were still on the show. Why do you think you were the one to go? I mean, is it just because you needed to build that momentum like you were saying?
Yeah, you know what? I think I got a little bit of a late start as far as just really letting my personality shine. You know, and obviously we all know I'm a huge fan of American Idol. I always have been. You know, but in certain areas it is more of a popularity contest than than just a singing competition. I mean, there are a lot of elements that come into play, you know, together, and I feel like you know, solid performance, you know, aside, and I feel like I always had solid performances, I didn't 100% let my personality shine through, and I think that's really ultimately, you know, what put me in the bottom week after week.
And how did you feel about the judges not using the save on you? Were you bummed about it? I'm sure you were.
I'm totally bummed. You know, I'm still devastated. I'm still reeling from it. You know, I'm totally heartbroken. But at the same time, I'm really proud of my accomplishments. I've come really far. I feel like I'm still growing. You know, I get to go on tour this summer, which is super exciting. You know, I have 3 songs available for download on iTunes right now. I'm just reeling. I'm super excited for what the future has to bring, and I honestly couldn't be happier. I could have a little bit more sleep, maybe, but I'm still excited.
And I know we only have a couple of seconds with you, but anything you want to say to all of the fans here in Rhode Island who have been supporting you and who they really just love you?
Yes, absolutely. You know, Rhode Island has been the biggest support. I know there was a voting party at the Warwick Mall, and I'm just missing everyone back home. I can't wait, you know, to get back to Providence. I can't wait to, you know, take a drive over the Newport Bridge. I can't wait to just, you know, hang on Narragansett Beach for a little while. So I'm looking forward to that.
And you didn't mention sitting next to me on the Rhode Show couch, but I'm going to think that you just didn't say it right.
Absolutely, Will. Will, I will be there. I will be there in person, and we can chit-chat some more. It'll be fun.
That will be perfect. Erica, congratulations again. Rhode Island couldn't be more proud of you, and please come back here and see us back on the Rhode Show. And if you want to learn more about Erica Van Pelt's journey on American Idol, just head to our website, WPRI.com.
This morning in the Rhode Show kitchen, we are joined by a very special guest, Casey Schiller from Cupcake Wars, who will actually be appearing at Cupcake Madness this weekend. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much. It's great to be back in Rhode Island.
Yeah, you went to Johnson & Wales.
I did, and now I am in St. Louis, Missouri with Jilly's Cupcake Bar and Cafe, and I'm really excited about Cupcake Madness this Sunday and being a special guest judge. I hear that you were there last year, and I have some big shoes to fill.
Good luck with that. All right, let's take us through the ingredients of the cupcake that you're making.
Sure,
today.
This is our Space Monkey cupcake. It was inspired by our theme of the 50th anniversary of the first man in space. So we have butter, brown sugar, regular sugar, buttermilk, eggs, some cinnamon, and the star of the show, bananas, because before astronauts went up, they sent some chips into space, so therefore we have our banana, and everything goes well with toffee bits. And so then we'll fill the cupcake with a little caramel and toffee filling. We're going to make some caramel cream cheese icing, and then to top it all off, we have some chocolate chip astronaut ice cream.
Chocolate chip. Ooh, I like that.
You gotta love
yeah,
that's the freeze-dried ice cream. So as soon as it gets into your mouth, it turns right back to its creamy deliciousness.
Wow, that's interesting. And I've always wondered too, like how astronauts, you know, they got to give up some of the goodness about being at home, but they still get ice cream.
Awesome.
All right, well, we can't wait to start mixing things up. We're going to do in just a little bit. Back to you. This morning we are saving you money. Gas prices in Rhode Island are up again this week by a penny. AAA of Southern New England says the average is $3.81 a gallon. Prices have increased 13 cents over the last month. So joining us this morning with tips to keep our car running efficiently to save on gas is Robert Kennedy, an automotive technology professor at New England School of Technology. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming out on this beautiful spring day. So how can we use our fuel efficiently? What exactly does that mean?
Gassing up. Gas up efficiently. Don't stop at the gas station every day and put in $10, $15. Fill it up at the beginning of the week. Save energy that way. Don't overfill the vehicle. You can, once the nozzle clicks, stop. That's enough gas.
Okay.
And fill up once a week. That's the best way to do it.
Okay, all right. That's good for me to know because I'm the one that will go in and do the extra $5 or if I have change.
You're wasting energy though. I mean, you better just making that one stop once a week if you can.
Good. Nice to know. Another factor, of course, is changing our spark plugs. Now, what are spark like? Where are they first of all? What are we supposed to be doing?
The spark plugs are located in the cylinder head here on top of the engine.
Okay.
And you should change them according to manufacturer's specifications. A lot of times the manufacturer will recommend changing them every 30,000. Some every 100,000, but go by what the manufacturer recommends. Don't overdo it.
Okay.
Overdoing it can be potentially dangerous to the engine.
Let's talk about tire pressure. This is something I get reprimanded about a lot by my husband. Every time he takes my car, he says, "You're supposed to be filling your tires." So at least I know this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, check the tire pressures. Very easy thing to do. Your tire pressures are located in the owner's manual, what the tire pressure should be, or it's located on the door placard. Don't go by what it says on the sidewall.
Okay.
That's the maximum pressure. That's too much.
All right.
But like once every other week, come out, check your tire pressures. Takes 2 seconds. Just take the cap off of the Schrader valve here. Take a tire pressure gauge. You can pick one of these up at Benny's or your local auto parts store.
Okay.
Place it right over. And here we go. We can check our tire pressures very easily.
Awesome. And what are some final tips for people to drive smarter?
Use your cruise control. Slow down. Maintain a constant speed. But try to use your cruise control whenever available, whenever you can. And just slow down. Go the speed limit. You know, the faster you go, the higher the engine revs, the more the wind's fighting against the car, the worse you're doing on fuel economy.
All right, Rhode Islanders, you hear that. Be safe, drivers. Thank you, Robert, so much for these great tips.
You're welcome.
And to see these tips, just head to our website, WPRI.com.
Do you ever visit someone at work or watch a reality show and think, hey, I could do that, or I wonder what it's really like? Well, I took it to the next level. If you want to cool down after these warm days, why not catch a hockey game? But what does it take to become a pro on the ice? I found out in Michaela Can.
Speed, strength, agility. Hockey players must have it all and control a puck at the same time.
It's a fast game, it's a physical game. You know, guys are going up and down the ice, running into each other all night long, and you know, it gets a little bit ornery sometimes. Guys get in fights, and but you can expect a lot of energy. That's the best way to put it.
Before I hit the ice, I have to look the part. Socks, shin guards, padded pants, skates, shoulder pads, elbow pads, jersey, helmet, gloves. Then make sure to tape the shin guards in place and add a stick. Do I look like a hockey player or what? I've skated before, but never with this much equipment on. The players say it's about 15 extra pounds and about double the weight if you're a goalie. With hopes of making it to the Stanley Cup champion team in Boston, coaches and players in Providence are working hard every day.
You know, our job as coaches is to, you know, obviously put a competitive team on the ice, night in, night out, and then to develop the players that Boston thinks, you know, ought to be developed.
Keep the puck in front of you, and when you want to shoot, pull it back and fire it. When you're passing, just keep the puck in front of you again. Keep your head up and push it a little bit in front of me.
These skills and drills are non-contact. So why do players need all the padding?
I just try to close my gap, and then when you get right here, then I try to finish you.
There's 2 different ways to check an opponent into the boards, hips and shoulders. The object is to tie up the opposing team and free the puck for yourself, so you can go down and score a goal. But it's never that easy. First you have to beat the defense and go for the goal. But now it was my turn to get a lesson in goaltending.
You have to just stop the puck, that's it. You're only what you need.
Do whatever I can? All right.
Gloves, stick, and helmet, but no more pads for me.
Let's go to the net.
I don't think I can handle it.
How you hold it, you're going to be in position like that. Here you go, your stick going to be on the ice. Your stick going to be between your legs. So close your 5-hole.
Close your 5-hole.
What, see that? Yeah, here you go.
Goalies can drop down to the ice, catch with their glove,
here you go,
or throw their entire body to the ground. But never let the other team see you sweat.
As soon as you're going to show your emotions, players going to know like your emotion right now, and you're going to lose your control and stuff like that.
And you have to know how to change lines. So we had some fun trying to go to the bench.
Nice shift.
Yeah.
And back on the ice.
I'm coming.
But just Just like my attempt at a line change, things don't always go so smooth. And players get angry.
Do you want to fight?
When fights happen, it's off to the penalty box for 5 minutes.
Come on!
I've learned a lot. Passing, shooting, defense, checking, fighting, goaltending, and my personal tip to becoming a hockey player, wear waterproof mascara.
It's hard work. It's hard work. Oh yeah.
The Providence Bruins are currently in their 20th season. They're playing tonight at 7:05 against the Manchester Monarchs. And because it's Friday, tickets are $5 off. Go Bruins! Still to come this morning on the Road Show, Tim Tebow arrives in New York after his trade to the Jets. We're talking about it next in the Rhode Roundup.
And later, the Rhode Island Philharmonic prepares for a big show this weekend. We'll have a preview performance of the classic concert series. You're watching The Road Show, and we're back in 90 seconds. It's the Rhode Roundup, where we're talking about the hot topics that have been making headlines all this week. Joining me this morning is Road Show producer Ashley Earling, Deanna Cruz from Hot 106, and my Mexican food buddy, Luis Stravato from the Amazing Race Season 6 team. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
All right, let's get right into it. First topic up this morning. I don't know if you guys heard this or not. Rihanna, Ashton Kutcher have got gossip fires burning Thursday with a midnight rendezvous at Ashton Kutcher's house, Hollywood home. Rihanna was spotted arriving and then leaving about 4 hours later.
Yeah.
What do we think's going on?
I wonder what they did between those 4 hours from
In the
midnight
middle
to 4
of the
a.m.
night.
They were conversing, they were having
They were just
conversation.
talking, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
just talking.
I hear his house is up for sale, so maybe she wanted to go check out the house.
Right, at midnight.
What house? Okay, what property did you want to check out? Okay, let's just say that.
Maybe she was complaining about Chris Brown, wanted to get him out, let's go,
Yeah.
the other man now.
I don't think they would be a terrible couple. I'm not saying they are. I don't think they would be terrible because he's very into causes right now. That's
Sure.
kind of his thing.
Mhm.
He likes to do good things.
Right.
And she could use a little bit of that. She could use somebody who's trying to do things for other people, maybe kind of get her mind into another place. So I don't think they'd be the worst couple ever.
I think they're both making a good decision right now. They're both power couples.
They are.
Yeah, they
So,
are.
I mean,
Absolutely,
it's great for their career. I
But
mean, not that
Yeah,
they need any more
right?
help.
Doesn't matter.
Not-
They
you
could
know,
have
not
drove
that they
over
need any
there
more
and
help,
sat in
but-
separate rooms.
Maybe
Right.
she's trying to help him with his charity or something,
Yeah.
but at midnight,
Midnight,
come on,
yeah.
you can
We are-
meet for lunch or dinner
Yes.
instead,
But
you know?
I mean, do you guys think he'd be a good match for her? I mean, she went from a guy who, had his issues with her,
Right.
to now Ashton, who, as we all know, is a cheater.
You know, she's got the weirdest taste in men.
She does.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. She really
I
does.
don't- Not good taste, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good taste.
Awkward.
All right, let's go to our second topic. Everybody's talking about Tim Tebow's trade to the Jets. Tebow arrived in New York, and fans are already flocking to Times Square to get their first Tebow Jets jersey. What do you guys think of this big trade? Going to go to our sports expert right here.
Well, you know I am a sports buff.
Right.
I am always saying touchdown this,
Yes.
throw that. From what I can tell, he's not a patriot. He's not going to be a patriot, and he's not dating a supermodel. So I don't really know why we care.
Yeah is the key word. I'm going to pass on this. I'm not a huge sports fanatic either. So I'm just
I don't know
kind of
what the
like,
hype's
all
about.
right,
I don't know
we'll
what
see
all the
what
hype's about.
happens.
You're
You're the
right.
guy
I'm
here.
going to win.
You can chime in. It's all on you.
I am going to
I
you.
have a big mouth.
What do you think? Do you think it's a good move?
I think it's a good move for Tim.
Yeah.
I do. He'll be a good fit for the Jets. I do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, people love him. They loved him where he was.
Yeah.
New York fans, when they love their players,
Yeah.
they're fanatic about their players. So it'll be.
He's likable, though.
Wasn't there like a technicality with his contract though? So now he's
Yeah.
got to wait like another week
Right.
or so before he's officially a Jets player.
Exactly.
Sports,
Like
too.
$5 million.
I just read it. I don't really understand it. I just read it.
You tell the New York fans that. We'll all be over here. Okay. And last, everybody saw this. Kim Kardashian. She was the target of what appears to be a prank in Los Angeles. A woman threw a bag of flour at her last night. Kim promptly cleaned it up, returned to the event, and she said she's not pressing charges. I mean, it's scary being a celebrity
was it a prank,
like that.
though? I mean, was this lady just upset and was sick of
know.
Kim Kardashian? And why flour? Why throw
Just
flour at
why?
someone?
Yeah.
Just doesn't make sense to me. I think it's going to be a new trend. Instead of throwing drinks at each other now, you could throw flour.
Yeah,
instead.
it started with Ryan Seacrest.
Well, thankfully,
on
it wasn't
Saturday.
incorrect. And she looked like a ghost walking.
Well, she did.
She did. But she was a good sport about it
She
because
was.
I would have thought Kim Kardashian would have been like, now I can't go
Yeah,
walk the red
that's
carpet.
it.
I
It's
can't do
over.
this and
Yeah.
that. But she dusted it all off
Yeah.
and she went ahead
She
with
went
her
back.
whole
That's
thing.
just not
She
nice.
was a good sport
Yeah,
about
she was
it.
a good
All right.
Really.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. To learn more about these stories we talked about, you can head to WPRI.com. Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, we'll be back in the kitchen with Casey Schiller from the Cupcake Wars making Space Monkey cupcakes. Find the recipe now at WPRI.com.
Plus, The Hunger Games is out nationwide today, and it's expected to be a box office smash. But is it too violent for children? We'll talk about it next in The Buzz.
It's been very warm in the east lately, but thanks to recent investments in snowmaking technology, the season's still going strong here at Loon Mountain, New Hampshire. Loon has more than 75% of its terrain open, and they plan on staying open for several more weeks. During that time, they'll have a number of special events, including a cardboard box derby, a slush pool party, an 80s day, and then a big Easter celebration to top it all off. A call ahead or a check of a website is a must before you travel this weekend. In Maine, heavy snow early this month is helping to keep the trail counts up at Saddleback, Sunday River, and Shawnee Peak. Wildcat and Attitash, New Hampshire are cashing in on earlier snowmaking efforts. They have a good variety of open runs. Bretton Woods High Elevation has helped them preserve snow. King Pine plans to reopen Saturday. Cannon has a crash test dummy race Saturday. Gunstock has pond skimming, and you can see Loon is still well stocked with snow. Sunapee plans to be in operation this weekend, as does Pat's Peak. In Vermont, the core snowmaking trails are still buried at Mount Snow. In northern Vermont, the spring skiing's terrific at Jay Peak, Smuggler's Notch, and Stowe. Killington's snowmaking effort is paying dividends now. Whiteface and Gore in the Adirondacks still have plenty of snow. Hunter in the Catskills hopes to open this weekend, as does Big Boulder in the Poconos. Out west, the week started with a big storm. 2 feet piled up at Jackson Hole, 4 feet at Alta, 1.5 feet at Telluride. The mountains of the east will turn cooler this weekend, then colder next week. Thank goodness. I'm Herb Stevens, the skiing weatherman.
Welcome back to The Rhode Show. This morning in The Buzz, movie theaters are adding thousands of extra screenings of the film The Hunger Games today to meet the growing demand for tickets. Many even lined up last night for midnight showings to be amongst the first to see it. The film is based on the popular children's book, which is a children's book to fight the death on live TV in a post-apocalyptic world. And that's not sitting too well with some parents. In the book, many children and teens are killed with arrows, machetes, and swords, all damage inflicted by each other. The film is rated PG-13, and many critics say, to take that at its word, the movie is expected to make $120 million in ticket sales this weekend. That would make it the top-grossing film opening ever in March.
Wow.
Yeah, that's big. It's a lot of money.
Got a lot of hype.
A lot of hype about this. You know, you can't look at magazine rack in a store or anything else without seeing the Hunger Games on it. And what do you guys think about it?
You know, I definitely think that it's too violent for young children. I'd say if they were, 8 and below, where they still may have some bad nightmares.
Right.
If a parent really wants to check it out, and if the child's already read the book, maybe the parent should go screen it or ask some other friends once they see it. If the kids have already read the book and parents have talked to them about it and said, this is the scoop, and we don't have violence, in our family, but then it might be okay. But I definitely think the PG-13 rating is right.
Yeah. I mean, my girls have both, read the books. They love it. They are obsessed with this, and they can't wait to see the movie. But I heard the violence is really, pretty bad in the movie. So we will take the PG-13 warning to, along with it, and we will go to see the movie with her. I'm sure she'll love that too.
But because they read it, they also know what to expect. They go in there. I mean, I think anyone that's seen a preview for this movie, there's people shooting bows and arrows. There's fight scenes. I mean, the main plot is that this is the world that they live in. People from different, sections are all coming together, and you fight to the death until you get that one winner of the Hunger Games. But of course, there are more twists and turns. And, any book and movie is, of course, going to have that. So I'm interested to see how gory I guess you could say, that the killings are going to be, how much violence, how far they're going to push it.
Well, the MPAA is just, a load of baloney because Jaws, for example, was PG. Jaws.
I love Jaws.
Yeah, that's a great. So, I mean, you never know. And that's why I think, you really have to ask your friends who go see it. So, we can, obviously, like Will and I will be going to see it this weekend. Michaela's probably going to go see it. We'll be letting you guys know what we think about it.
Now, you read the book too, right?
I did. I read
the book.
And you loved the books? I loved it. I loved it. And I'm really really interested to see the adaptation.
Yeah, people who love this Hunger Games, they love it. I mean, they're as obsessed as the Twilight fans. So, and they're saying this will be the new Twilight movie, so we will see this weekend.
But the great part is that it's not this lovesick girl. I think that's why people really
It's
like
a strong
it.
woman.
It's a strong woman.
Right.
It's something that, you know, women and men like to read right now because she really doesn't get into that whole love stuff. She's really there to go kick some butt.
Yeah, she
you know?
reminds me of like a Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she does, I
Yes.
guess, yeah.
Exactly. Well, I'm wondering, you know, I'm sure people have been buying their tickets online, so of course we want to know what they thought online. Mary, what are people saying today?
Well, up on Facebook, Hugh Miner said he actually got to see it last night, and he was surprised by the level of violence. He hadn't read the book. It wasn't gratuitous, but it was still pretty disturbing watching young people intentionally kill one another.
Yeah, that's tough.
Evan Coroner says the concept of the film is intriguing. I plan to see it. As with any movie, young children should not view it if they don't understand the reason for the violence. You too can weigh in by voting in today's poll. What do you think about the Hunger Games? Is it too violent for children? Does it have an interesting plot? And PG-13 rating is fine. Well, here's a look at some other topics that are trending online today. Babies are all over the place in Hollywood right now. The newest addition goes to Disney's Lizzie McGuire. Hilary Duff is now a mom. She was a former Disney star, and her husband, they welcomed in a baby boy on Tuesday. Check out this cool viral video. The Batmobile may be the coolest car in movie and TV history, but which version of the Batmobile reigns supreme? Well, the two raced, and the 1966 Batmobile squeaked across the finish line just ahead of its 1980s counterpart. I'll be posting this video up on our Twitter and Facebook sites, and I'll be back at the end of the show with your poll results about the Hunger Games. For now, back to that kitchen. How are those Space Monkey cupcakes, Will?
Space Monkey Cupcakes is going very well. We are in Cupcake Heaven. I'm here with Casey Schiller from Cupcake Wars. It's going to be appearing at Cupcake Madness this Sunday.
This Sunday, yes.
I will be there with you.
I am so excited.
We are going to be in Cupcake Heaven.
We'll definitely end up with a sugar high by the end of the day, I'm sure.
We'll need a nap later on.
That's true.
All right, let's tell everybody what we're going to be doing right now.
Sure. We're going to make the cream cheese frosting. It's actually a caramel cream cheese frosting. So I have our butter, cream cheese, a little bit of vanilla, and you just cream that with a paddle so it gets really nice and smooth and light and fluffy. And
that's what I was going to say. The cream cheese frosting that we're using, it's not going to be like, you know, some frostings can be very sweet and like overpowering. This isn't going to be that way.
Not at all. At Jilly's, we like to really use high quality ingredients, but we don't like anything cloyingly sweet because, you know, when you want a really nice balance, anytime you're doing anything that's going to be edible, especially at dessert, so we just like to add some powdered sugar. You need the binding and you need the sweetness, but by all means, we want to let that natural, great tartness of the cream cheese show through. So we're just adding a little bit of all the powdered sugar in, and then we have, this is dulce de leche, and dulce de leche.
Wait.
Yeah.
Stand back for a second. What is this all about?
Yeah, this is a Cuban caramel. So a cooked milk with sugar. Easy way of making it at home is taking a can of sweetened condensed milk that's still sealed, dropping it into boiling water for about 4 hours, and you and literally let it cool. Open that can of sweetened condensed milk, and you're going to have this gorgeous caramel, and it's got a really great cooked flavor. And so you can find this pre-prepared at any Latin American grocery store as well.
That's what it will be.
And then all we're going to do is we're just going to swirl in the caramel to this cream cheese icing.
Yeah, see, if you left me with that bowl and you walked out of the room, that bowl is gone. It is completely gone.
So we'll just give it just a couple of mixes because we just want to see those veins of caramel. And it's really, really tasty.
Fantastic. All right. He's not leaving me here alone with that cream. We are going to get this ready. We're going to start baking our Space Monkey cupcakes in just a little bit. Back to you.
Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, a preview performance of the Rhode Island Philharmonic's classical concert series this weekend. And later at Inside the Mind, a well-known local artist. Meet Frank Galasso. You're watching The Rhode Show. We're back in just 90 seconds.
Happening here in Rhode Island, the Rhode Island Philharmonic has a great show coming up this weekend called Who's Better Than Beethoven? And joining us this morning to tell us more about it is music director Larry Ratcliffe, along with violinist Augustine Hedelish. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Larry, tell me a bit about when and where this concert's going to be taking place.
Well, tonight at 6:30 at Vets is our rush hour concert. It starts at 6:30. It's over early by 8 o'clock, so you can bring the kids, get them home in bed early, or maybe even better yet, leave the kids at home, have a nice night out. And we're so grateful to Amica for sponsoring it for us. And then on Saturday night, we do the whole concert, 8 o'clock at Veterans, with the great Beethoven Third Symphony, and we're so blessed to have Augustine with us for the first time in Rhode Island playing the great violin concerto.
Wonderful. Now, what made you choose this program?
Well, we were very excited this season to travel around the world. So each program this season has been from a certain destination. This one settling in Austro-German, if you will, and Beethoven being the king of that. So, but we're particularly grateful also to Nortec, who's sponsoring tonight's, Saturday night's performance of both the Eroica and the violin concerto.
Nice. Augustine, where are you from?
I'm originally German, but grew up in Italy. So, but I moved to New York about 7 years ago to study at Juilliard. So I've been living there ever since.
Nice.
And now I'm just traveling
You're
around
everywhere.
to wherever. Yes.
Have you played with Larry before?
We have several times, but not here in Rhode Island yet. But we played together in Grand Rapids and in Tampa and Rochester as well. So some other places, and can't wait for tonight. Yeah.
Nice. Larry, what can you describe for people who've never necessarily been to a classical performance? You know, what could they expect?
Well, it's great to hear classical music on a CD or DVD, but live performance, you get so much more. You get the visceral enthusiasm and excitement. Classical music speaks to everybody's heart. If you've never been, you've got to go and try it. There's no way you could be disappointed, especially with such great colossal music like Beethoven. The heroic symphony, and then to come and hear Augustine, one of the world's great violinists, you know, right here. It's worth every penny, and there aren't that many seats left for tonight and Saturday.
Let's get a little taste of that performance. Larry and I are going to listen to you a little bit, Augustine, and let's take a taste. All right. Thank you so much. For more information about this weekend's concert, just head on over to our website, WPRI.com.
Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, we are back in the kitchen. Don't forget, you can cook along with us at WPRI.com. We'll be right back. Back in The Rhode Show kitchen this morning with Casey Schiller from Cupcake Wars, and of course, special judge at Cupcake Madness happening this weekend. And I love cupcakes. They smell so good.
Oh, yeah.
I smell the banana in them.
I'll tell you that we're about to name Rhode Island's best cupcake on Sunday.
Yep.
I was fortunate enough to be named best cupcake winner of Cupcake Wars from St. Louis, and this was our winning cupcake. This is a banana toffee cake, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take a little paring knife, and this is great whenever you want to stuff a cupcake with a little hidden center. All you need to do is just take a knife and go right in through the center, and you actually pull out this little cone. And so therefore, now you have this great little divot that you can now fill. No one's going to see it until they spoon into it, and then it's this hidden center of awesomeness. And we have this same dulce de leche, this cooked Cuban caramel. This time I've just taken some Heath bar pieces, some nice toffee, and we're just going to spoon that right into the center. And you always want to have a nice hidden pocket, a layer of just kind of a little bit of texture, a little bit of depth of flavor, and so no one's going to see that. And so if you'd like to...
I'll scoop mine. Yeah, like you said, the caramel, and then you have the crunch.
Oh gosh, yes.
Toffee bit.
And I'll tell you that with the toffee, with just that great buttery, salty richness is just awesome. And then we made the cream cheese icing earlier. We swirled that in. Now this is a space-inspired cupcake. So as we pipe this, what's going to happen is it's kind of going to look like the surface of a planet. So I really love that kind of swirled effect that it gets.
I'm going to make my own cupcake planet. Do I start in the middle or the outside?
Yeah, I like to go around the outside, and then just you can start in the center, go towards the outside, just in a nice even. There you go, perfect. We'll come back towards the center, and then go. There it is. Very nice.
Yes, I made my own little planet.
All right.
Okay. Now decorate it.
Now this is the fun part. So we have some little chocolate chips, and usually what we do at Jilly's is we like to what we call rim. So we'll just take these and we'll just dip them right around the edge.
Oh, it gives it. I like
it. Just kind of a little bit of a finished appearance.
I think I need more because I'm rimming my hand.
Hey, you know what? There's always room for more chocolate.
Yes, there is. I like it.
And so what we have is also, we have the chocolate chip astronaut ice cream. Now this is real chocolate chip ice cream that they've freeze dried. So it's dry, it's powdery, but I'll tell you, as soon as it gets moist in your mouth, it turns back to a creamy liquid. So you have to try a little. Yeah, absolutely. And it's just got this great chocolate ice cream flavor. And we'll just put those kind of like the asteroids. And then we have our little chocolate star.
Woohoo! Look at that. All right, I have to give my planet a try. And while I do that, tell me, what was your experience like on Cupcake Wars? What was the toughest part for you?
I'll tell you what, the judges are really tough, but the timing is absolutely incredible. You have exactly 2 hours to do 1,000 cupcakes, but you know, we're going to see similar kind of toughness on Sunday at Cupcake Madness from noon to 4 at the Great Narragansett Pier Ballroom. I'm looking forward to trying 6 different categories of cupcakes, including the best cupcake in Rhode Island.
Get your
And I know, which is really exciting. But I'll tell you, the world needs more cupcakes, and you know, there's what's not to love.
Absolutely, and I think you saw the inside of that. I'm going to finish eating this. And Casey, we want to thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely, thank you.
All your success. Like I said, get ready for the madness. And of course, for all of our recipes, you can head to WPRI.com.
If you are from Rhode Island, you will sure know the artwork of Frank Galasso. From doctor's offices to restaurants, even if you don't know his name, you'll recognize his style. I was able to go to his Cranston studio and see some of his old and new art pieces in the works. Cranston native Frank Galasso has been creating artwork for years. His #1 subject is all things New England.
I've been doing this, believe it or not, since 1987. I think it was October. The Evening Times of Pawtucket gave me my first shot. The editor was Terry Now. And I did my first sports cartoon on the Patriots, and I got hooked. I was published, and here I am 24 years later.
Frank's dad was the first to get him going drawing. He loved the cartoons in the old newspapers.
Especially the cartoons. I used to read the Providence Journal and see the Frank Lanning cartoons. That was it was a mainstay in the old journal, and it was a daily thing, and I would cut them out and try to imitate him and try to be like Frank. So I grew up with that.
One of his first posters he created was on the old Rhode Island Reds hockey team.
That particular piece, we started the Rhode Island Reds Heritage Society, which today has like 700 members. It was really cool. That took almost half a year between researching the photos, interviewing the old players.
His artwork now hangs in restaurants and buildings throughout the state.
Yes, it's very humbling. I see it in restaurants, doctors' offices. You'll notice I did one on the drive-ins and diners and the burger stops of the old yesteryear. Well, my cardiologist has that right in front of his stress test wall. And now his patients get to look at that as they're on the stress test.
Frank has worked for some of the biggest newspapers in the country, but times have changed and the internet has changed how we see things.
The internet helped me in the early days tremendously with making my syndicate grow, and it still helps me because I have a website and that's a worldwide store. But at the same time, it did kill the newspaper industry to an extent where it hurt a portion of my career.
It takes him weeks to make one of his signature pieces.
I work on a smaller canvas and I can do it maybe in 8 weeks, 10 weeks, maybe 6 or 7 if I really push it.
Rhode Island is Frank's favorite subject.
Rhode Island, as far as themes, local themes, Rhode Island and Rocky Point. Sports, Red Sox hands down. I was hoping, I thought the Bruins was going to be close to the Red Sox, but nothing comes close to the Red Sox for some reason.
Frank will draw the picture first and then paints it in watercolors for Rhode Island fans and sports fans nationwide.
The Rhode Island has been my most successful, and it's gone literally mailed out all over the world.
Next on the drawing pad for Frank.
I've just started working with the Tourism Council in Newport to do a piece on Newport, because there's a lot coming up in Newport this summer with the tall ships and the 12 meters. So there's a Newport piece. I have a piece on Hampton Beach, which is in New Hampshire, another local favorite spot for a lot of New Englanders, and hopefully 100 years of Fenway.
Frank's works of art have become part of the Rhode Island landscape, and if you would like to see other works by Frank or buy one to hang on your wall, you can head to our website, WPRI.com.
Coming up on The Rhode Show, we'll reveal the answer to today's web poll. Stay with us.
It's time to check back in with today's web poll. Opening today, The Hunger Games has a really strong shot at shattering the record of March debut of $116 million, and Alice in Wonderland had that. So what do you think of The Hunger Games? 75% of you think it's going to be too violent for children, whereas 25% think it's an interesting plot and the PG-13 rating is just fine. Back over to you.
Thanks, Mary. This week on The Rhode Show, we talked to some big-time celebrities.
Yeah, and as usual, we did a lot of eating. Check out the Rhode Show Rewinds.
Mary is live this morning at LaSalle Bakery.
So tell me all about what's going on inside here today.
Well, today's a busy day. It's the feast day of St. Joseph's, and we're making Zapla.
Stole my Zapla and you stole my heart.
Chris and I are going to eat our Zapalas.
You know, everybody warned me when I started this job. They're like, oh, Will, just look out because there are sweets, there's food every day.
You're ready to go back to high school in the #1 movie at the box office, 21 Jump Street.
You forgot to read him his Miranda rights.
Do you have the right to remain an attorney?
Joining us this morning are the stars of the movie, Jonah Hill, Channing Tatum.
Getting to relive the most important part of your youth and thinking you have all the answers and realizing you have none of the answers seemed like a great idea for a movie to me.
What was it like when you guys were offered to take these parts? I mean, did we jump right on it right away and say, absolutely, I'd be more than, I would love to do this?
Well, originally they offered her Gomez and me Morticia.
We are enjoying our first full official day of spring. We're starting the show outside. Our friends at Dunkin' Donuts brought some of their newest spring flavors along.
It tastes really good. They're big. We're going to go for a swim later in the
This is actually my size. I'll be done with this in 5 minutes.
Inside this small Mexican restaurant lives a burrito of epic proportions.
So it's a 3.5 to 4 pound burrito.
I want to see the guy that beats this challenge. It beats more than me.
I can't feel my tongue anymore. We are back in the Rhode Show kitchen this morning with Jennifer Warren, Nacho Mamas, making Cajun Jamaican nachos with papaya salsa. Yes.
If we didn't eat enough with that burrito, we are ready
We're
for
back
some
at
more.
it again. I see that. I have flashbacks of the habanero.
I think I'm still full. However, I will go eat a space monkey
Yes,
cupcake.
absolutely. There's always room for cupcakes.
And thanks for joining us on the Rhode Show all week long.
And for more information on anything you've seen here on the show, just head to our website, WPRI.com.
We're going to see you back here Monday morning. Have a great weekend.